Hi, TeeJay here. Welcome to the 12 TeeJays of Christmas. This is day one and I'm so excited that I'll be bringing you a gift every day. A different gift each day to make a difference in your life or the lives of the people around you. Today's gift is this. No, not a clock. Today I'm bringing you the gift of time. Because you ever feel like there's just not enough hours in the day? Gosh, how many times I say that to myself. We have lots of beliefs about time, don't we? We're chasing time, time flies, there's never enough hours in the day. Time's a great healer. Oh, if only I could turn back the hands of time. And my incantation, my spell that I used to put on myself every day was there's just not enough hours in the day. I think I have this challenge where I truly believe there's 48 hours in the day and I plan my day accordingly and then wonder why I don't get it all in. So if you feel like that sometimes, or you just get to the end of the day and it's like, where did my time go? How did I spend it? How come I never got that time to myself? That time to go to the gym, that time to spend relaxing with my family? If you could have even just a few extra hours a week, what would that mean to you? What would you do with it? If you could guarantee that even you had an extra 3 hours a week, would you go and learn something new? Would you find time to spend with somebody special? Would you just put your feet up and read all those books that are on that bookshelf that you didn't pick up yet? What would you do with just an extra couple of hours a week? Would you like to find that time? Let me share with you an exercise that might very well find that time for you, give you back the gift of time. A combination of the work of Stephen Covey, Anthony Robbins and TeeJay. So let me share with you the dimensions of time and then talk a little bit about boundaries. You might want to go and get pen and paper and just jot these things down or rewind the video to capture it again later to do the exercise for yourself. So let me put my clock down just for a moment and let me pick up the other things that I need. So here's a challenge for you. How did you spend yesterday or last week? When you think about where your time goes, just write down for yourself how many hours in the last week did you spend in the first dimension, the dimension of fulfillment. Doing those things that are not urgent, but they are important. Do you know, that's a place that we love to be, isn't it? Because that's about getting things done in advance, doing them before they become urgent, doing them from a place of creativity and enjoyment rather than, oh my gosh, I've got a deadline and I need to get it done and you're all stressed. They're the things that you get to do proactively. So how many hours in the last week did you spend in the dimension of fulfillment? Great, write it down. Have a think about it, write it down. How many hours did you spend in the dimension of demand? Those are the things that come up in your life and they're urgent and they're important. You kind of got to stop, do it, come back to whatever else you were doing. This is a dimension where it's easy to get caught up in. It fires the adrenaline. We're firefighting, it's crisis management. How many of us get caught up in that and the thrill of making it happen, getting it done, sorting things out? It's kind of like being important because you're the one that solved it and saved the day. How many hours do you spend in the dimension of demand? How many hours last week did you spend in the dimension of delusion? Doing those urgent things, having that go, 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 go and the adrenaline rush that it brings with it, almost like the addiction of it. But actually, those things were not important. Maybe they felt important at the time because you didn't stop and question. Important to who? Are they important to me, or is it something else that somebody else has given me and making important? How many hours do we spend trying to sort something out because it's urgent, and before you know it, time's flown by, you spent 4 hours trying to do that thing on the computer. That's my thing. My time just disappears when you could have picked up the phone, used someone else's expertise, they'd have done it for you in a heartbeat. The dimension of delusion. How many hours did you spend there last week? Or how many hours did you spend in the dimension of distraction. Doing those things that are not urgent and they're not important. How many hours did you spend channel hopping, surfing the internet, scrolling through pages of Facebook? How many hours did you just allow to disappear as you played on the PlayStation or the Xbox or whatever your escape is? Now, that's not the dimension of relaxation, because we all have to have time built into our day for us. It's the time that's wasted because there wasn't really anything that you wanted to watch on TV, but you just kept flicking channels. There wasn't anybody that you particularly wanted to connect with on Facebook, but you just kind of moseyed through the site. Before you know it, hours were gone. How long do you spend in the dimension of distraction? And if you were to go through and put a percentage of your time that you spent in each of those zones, what would those percentages look like? I'm just curious. Is there somewhere, as you plot that all out, that you go, actually, if I did less of that dimension of maybe distraction or delusion, wow, how many hours could I find that I could use more usefully in my week? You know, when I did that exercise, gosh, a long time ago now, I was just astounded at how many hours I got back in my week. I easily got back 4 hours instantly to go and pick up those books that I hadn't read for ages. I love to read, so to get the gift of time to sit and curl up with a book for half an hour a day was just magical. So what will you do now that you've found some time? And if you've found a few hours a week, how are you going to make sure that happens? A friend of mine last year, about this time last year, spoke to me. We had a really long conversation about boundaries. But if you're going to do all those things that you love to do, that you want to do, and that you get to do, how are you going to do it if you don't have clear boundaries in place? What are your boundaries around your relationships, your business, your relaxation time? How are you going to communicate those boundaries? Because if you're somebody who can't say no, who loves to give, who totally gets sucked into, oh my gosh, before you know it, that friend came round for 3 hours instead of 1, and that meant I didn't get my hour at the gym and my hour with my daughter. Where are your boundaries? Set clear boundaries around who you will allow to steal your time. What will you allow to take time from something else? Because if you're going to achieve it all, and I totally believe that's possible, then we need to be very clear in advance. Where are my boundaries? I hope that you enjoyed today's gift. So excited to come back tomorrow and give you another gift. Who knows what that might be? So have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.